Tonight, new security measures at Jumptown, then update to the roadmap, followed by the Citizen of the Week. Later, what has CIG changed now? And finishing up with our rapid fire segment. Good evening and welcome to Galactic News Weekly. I'm your host, Xander Fliesright. You may have noticed some security guards keeping watch outside of the newly reopened Jumptown facility.
Who are these? Are these NPCs standing here?
I think so. I don't want to shoot them until we can take them all out, because I'd really like their art.
We're gonna be outside.
What is this, boys?
I've never seen NPCs.
Why are you shocked?
What if we can?
There's NPCs standing on the surface of a moon.
You might recall us mentioning some security training a few weeks back. It looks like they have finally started to see the beginning of the effects of that training. As for now, they seem to be only observing and ignoring us for the most part.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill this first NPC right here. Oh,
I've got my P6, I'll see what happens. This guy's died.
he doesn't take damage.
However, as their training progresses in the next few months, they may become more violent and combat could erupt. So keep that in mind during your interaction with them. Also, as mentioned in the previous episode, hiring security guards or cargo haulers to follow you will become available later in the year. It seems to be a technical issue, something about nav meshing. This has been hindering the guard's traversal, but is finally in the forefront of the company's engineering team. This week, RSI has created a companion guide for the progress tracker and release view. This is an evergreen guide that they will update as needed. One can only assume that this is to combat the massive uproar to the changes that were made 2 weeks ago. The companion breaks down their usual terminology. For example, they define deliverable as a one-to-one representation of a group of tasks scheduled for work in a particular time period, being worked on by numerous teams, but this does not give any indication of a deadline. They go on to define upstream and downstream teams. The upstream team begins working on any given project right from the beginning, whereas the downstream team is there to support them to complete the project and have to base their workload on the progress of the upstream team. They explain that because of this, they cannot go any further ahead than the upcoming quarter. Next, they describe the release view as intending to show the planned features with a high level of confidence in their timing, but the cards may still move depending on unforeseen circumstances. Finally, they define tentative as meaning the goal is to release in the next quarterly patch, but the feature has yet to pass the final review. Once that review has been completed and passed, then it is integrated into the live release candidate and marked as committed. So in reference to what Subliminal was saying 2 weeks ago, maybe they've realized that their intended message has been lost, and finally laying it out for us in plain English to avoid any confusion. Maybe if they had created this guide before nerfing the release view, the community could have been more forgiving in their lack of clarity. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this a welcome change? Are they too late? Let's talk about it. If you'd like to read the whole guide, we have a link to it in the description below. Without further ado, here's what to expect from the roadmap. In the release view, the Salvage Tier 0's card description and name have been updated to reflect that it will include hull stripping as well as repair for both hand salvage and salvaging using the Drake Vulture. The following deliverables have passed the final review and the statuses have been changed to committed: mining gadgets, ship-to-ship refueling, selling items to shops, Lorville's Hospital, Maria Pure of Heart, the coffee shop vendor, and DNA head textures update. In addition, the card for Space Station Clinic variations have been assessed and moved to the 317 release window and is now committed. In the progress tracker, the downstream teams are updated through Q1. These are the guys that are getting features ready for implementation. The following deliverables have been added: zone handling, entity properties plugin, physics rope simulation, if you're into that type of thing. As for the upstream teams, they're updated through the rest of the year, and the following deliverables have been added: distortion propagation, this is a big one, underground facilities, satellites as points of interest, Lorville's cityscape, room depressurization, cave archetypes, the Tumbrel Ranger, and the RSI Apollo. Coming up, more controversy from CIG. Before we move on, I would like to give a quick shout out to the Robber Space Industry Citizen of the Week, NotGemini. He has created a Star Citizen trailer in 5K Ultra Cinematic HD. Be sure to check out the complete video with music on the Robber Space Industries Community Hub or his YouTube channel. Links in the description. CIG has upset many once again, this time for making changes to the buyback system. For years, longtime backers have been able to buy buyback pledges at the original cost that they paid, regardless of if the ship's price has been raised or not. However, unbeknownst to many over the course of a few days, a knowledge base post was updated with some rather confusing language. Here's an excerpt from the old post, and here's the new post. Feel free to pause it and read it for yourself. The old post was clear and concise, but only accessible if you searched for it. Many of you may be seeing this for the first time. Here's an example of what this means to you as a backer. This Banu Merchman CCU buyback was $40, and now it's valued at $240 because the price hiked last year. The old system was very generous and citizens aren't mad that it changed. The reason for the frustration is because it changed without warning. In the past, when changing buybacks and CCU systems, CIG announced that change before implementing. For example, $0 CCUs. Heck, they even warned us about the Drake Caterpillar's price hike before it happened. All of this seems very tone deaf considering the community hasn't properly healed since the update to the release view of the roadmap. Our parent organization CEO, Subliminal, has posted his 2 cents of the matter in a Twitter rant. Link in the description if you're interested in that. Now it's time for rapid fire. As mentioned earlier, Jumptown is live and producing. Help the CDF by accepting missions to recover the illegal drugs and stop the drug lords in their attacks. Crusader Security is also looking for volunteers to assist in locating and neutralizing the Nine Tails fleet. Or, if you own a hauler, they are always in need of medical supplies. But look out, if you have a criminal record, either on purpose or an accident, or malfunction, Nine Tails will likely try to recruit you. Geneticists have found that new facial features and eyebrow shapes are becoming more widespread as more cultural backgrounds and ethnicities join the Stanton system. As the Uber refueling system is in development, many questions have found answers. The Starfarer refueling terminal is on the backside of the flight deck and can be manned by anyone in the crew. Furthermore, any ship can request fuel from a Starfarer, including another Starfarer. Lastly, a Starfarer hauling fuel is able to get high off its own supply. Remember, if you have friends looking to join the Stanton system, now is the best time for them to try it out. Robber Space Industries is hosting a free fly event and offering a Queerness Tech Armatex Lodestone armor and a matching Gemini AO3 Lodestone sniper rifle to both the referrer and any pilots with a pledge of $40 or more. If you happen to recruit multiple pledges, you unfortunately will not receive that bonus more than once. But what more do you need than the satisfaction of having convinced others to join our cause, while giving them the opportunity to take advantage of the free fly and earn this new armor/rifle kit? Side note, the new armor rifle kit is not meltable or giftable. Thank you for watching. I am Xander Flies Right. This has been Galactic News Weekly, brought to you by this channel's supporters. If you would like to become a supporter, visit patreon.subliminal.gg. They go on to define upstream. That's going in the bloopers if you hear it. No, they're going in the bloopers.
It's not.
I'm telling you, dude, that's going in the bloopers if they can hear it. I'm telling you. I'm putting it in there and you can't stop me.
I can't stop you. I'm
No.
this shit.
No.
You're not gonna put me.
I'll upload it. I'm uploading the one with the farts.
I will absolutely divorce your ass.
Next, they describe.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a little bit different. I'm drinking water, I'm burping. It's not the same thing. It's coming out of your ass. I can't say the word more right now. I don't know why. It's because I'm so congested, dude. I can never breathe out of my nose. Is that just going to be the rest of my life? So I just sound like a nasally.
Yeah, you do.
All the time?